Hey guys, so welcome. I'm just going to invite some people to join us, and then we'll get started in just a couple of minutes. Hey Sammy, can you hear me okay? Something funny going on with my microphone today, so I'm just, hopefully you can still hear me all right. All right guys, we're going to get started here in just a second. Just going to give people a little bit more time to sign on if they want to. We're going to do a yang yoga class, which is an active class. We'll start sort of gentle, and then we'll work our way up to some more vigorous standing postures and things like that in a few moments. Okay, so just get out your mat. I don't think you'll need a lot of props or anything like that for the class today. The key when doing yang yoga is to keep your joints and your movements fluid. So this isn't about locking into a posture. Okay, so we're going to always be slightly moving a little bit, and the key is just to stay out of anything that's very painful. So we're just going to keep things fluid and gentle and not do anything that is, too intense for us. So you gauge where that is for you. And your feet, you want to keep your feet fluid and moving, okay? Okay, a little more soft-spoken. Yeah, one side of the mic seems to not be working for some reason. I just saw that right now, so I don't have time to fix it, but hopefully before the next time I'm online, it'll be fixed. Okay, so can everybody hear me all right? I mean, I can turn up the volume if I need to. It might clip a little bit, but if you can turn up your volume on your end, then it should be okay. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. We're going to start just laying down, face down on our mat. So like this, and we'll come into this position, which I call a crocodile pose. So we're just nice and relaxed on our belly. Forehead on the hands. And just taking a few moments to breathe. Take some time to notice if you're holding any tension in your body or your jaw. And maybe just explore the possibility of letting go of that tension if it's there. Then let's turn our head to the right. Extend the right arm out. And then we'll bend the left knee and have the left leg in the air. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. So left leg is in the air. And then what we'd like to do is begin to open and close our foot and our toes. So we're just imagine your foot is like a fist. So you're making a fist and you're opening the hand all the way up. Okay, and see if you can get maybe some of those bones in your toes to crack a little bit. Your joints to crack. Then let's begin to point and flex
the foot. So we're just sort of waking up that joint back and forth gently. So pointing and flexing. And then we'll begin to rotate the joint at the ankle. So we'll do a few in one direction. Okay, and then we're going to switch directions. Same thing. Just noticing what you feel there. Good. Let's come back to neutral, and now we'll make some larger circles from the knee joint. Just gently circling. Make those as wide as you like. Doing a few in one direction, and then just pausing and switching directions. And again, really pay attention to what you're feeling in your hip and your knee and your leg. Good. Then let's go ahead and relax that leg, and we'll return to the crocodile pose with our forehead on the back of our hands for a moment. Now let's explore the other side. So we'll look over to the left. We extend the left arm to the left and bending the right knee this time. Let's begin just by opening and closing the toes. Again, imagine that the foot is like a fist. And so you're making a fist, and then you're opening the fist just over and over again. And again, maybe you can get the joints to crack a little bit. Okay, now we'll begin to point and flex the foot. So pointing up toward the ceiling, pointing down toward the ground, just back and forth. And really try and explore the extremes of what feels safe. So I don't recommend going further than what feels safe, but see how far you can go safely. And then let's begin to circle the ankle. Again, we're just going to start gentle, and we'll work our way up to more vigorous movements as we go. So circling in one direction, loosening things up. And then the opposite direction, same idea. And again, how does that feel? Good. And then coming back to neutral, we'll begin to make wider circles from the knee. Again, these can be as big as you like. And just really feeling those sensations. And then pausing for a moment and doing the opposite direction. All right, good. Let's go ahead and relax that leg there. We'll return to crocodile, the forehead on the back of both hands. And then from here, let's go ahead and press back into a child pose. So you can do this easily, but we bring our hips back to our heels, and we'll have our arms extended out in front, and we're just going to let the forehead rest on the ground. You could also put your forehead on a block. You could also put your hands on blocks. And you could put something underneath your hips, like a bolster or a folded blanket if you can't rest back completely. Let's give our sides a little stretch. So we'll take a nice deep breath in. And as we exhale, let's go ahead and walk our hands over to the left. We'll come over to the left until we get a stretch in our right side. So let the hips stay where they are. And just breathing into your side there. Good. Let's inhale. We'll come on back to center. Exhale here for a moment. Just feeling both sides. And let's take a nice deep breath in and we'll exhale over to the other side. So again, keep going until you feel a stretch. And then breathe into any tension that you find in your left side. See if with each exhalation, you can feel some of that tension sort of melt and dissolve. Good. Let's inhale and we'll come back to center. And we'll exhale here in our child pose for a moment. Our next inhale, let's come up into tabletop and we'll come to a seat from there. Okay, so you may want to face in this direction for this next one. So this is called Willows in the Wind. Now you could do this in a kneeling position. I'm going to do it with my legs crossed today, but feel free to sit in a kneeling position. Okay, so let's begin just by inhaling one arm up, and we'll come over to the other side. So we're stretching on our side on that inhale. Now as we exhale, we're going to dive down and under, stretching our back gently. So we inhale, come all the way up and back, stretching the front side of the body. And then with the exhale, we're going to come all the way around to the other side. And then inhale, stretching, this is my left side. And then exhale, diving down, stretching the back. Inhale, stretching the front, coming up and back. And then we exhale and we come around to the first side again. Inhale, stretch the side. Exhale, stretch the back, so reaching under. Inhale, up and back, stretching the front side. And then we exhale and come all the way around. Good, just a few more times through this. Again, don't be afraid to really exaggerate those movements, but be mindful of your safe limits, so where your body maybe says that that's enough. Inhale and exhale. Good. Inhale. See if you can really open up that front to the ceiling. And then exhale, other side. Inhale, reaching through the side. Good. Exhale, diving down. Inhale, up and back. And let's go through it one more time on both sides. Deep breath in, stretch. Exhale. Get the back, open it up. Inhale, the front side. And exhale all the way around. Inhale, reaching and lengthening. Exhale, diving down. Inhale, up and back. Good. And now this next time, let's exhale. We'll come forward. Bring our forehead to the ground. Let's interlace fingers, join the palms, and we'll just draw our arms up for a gentle stretch in the shoulders. And let's take about 3 or 5 breaths here. Good. Let's relax the arms, and we'll inhale and just gradually come on up to a seat. All right, excellent. From here, let's move forward into a tabletop position, and we'll do a little bit of what we call the bear pose. So the bear pose is an opportunity to get into our hips and our spine, the shoulders. So it's like the cat-cow. In fact, you can do the cat-cow here, that movement back and forth. But you can also drop your hips from side to side. I love doing that, so you can try that out. Or any combination thereof. So you might find that there's certain movements, it's part back bend, part side bend, or forward and to the side, working those shoulders a little bit, the neck as well, okay? So really try and milk this for as much as you can. Get as much movement out of this one position as you can. And then let's go ahead and tuck those toes. We'll come into a down dog, and same idea here. Let's really try and get those joints moving. So we did that a little bit at the beginning, but now we have a little more leverage because we have more weight. So we can really work those ankles and those toes, pressing them into the ground. Okay, now again, there's going to be a safe limit for your body, so I trust you to know where that is. I can't tell you where that is. You have to sort of feel it. All right, so from this down dog, let's walk our feet to our hands, and we come into the elephant pose. Okay, so facing the long side of our mat. This is a lot like a rag doll. So if you want, you can grab the opposite elbow to start. And again, you'll notice I'm just always moving a little bit. Okay, not necessarily a lot, just always moving a little bit though. Swaying, rocking, moving. That's yang for you, is movement. Okay, so as I do this, I begin to gradually step my feet a little wider. This is just how I like to do elephant. Okay, so I begin to bend my knees a little more deeply. I begin to go a little wider. Now again, you're going to feel what is working in your body. And eventually I just bring my hands back to the ground, and I begin to make deeper squats. Okay, so I work a little deeper, working into the hip joints, squatting down, getting a little deeper. These are the adductors, and in Taoism, that's the liver channel. Okay, so I'm working into that very important liver channel there. It affects more than just our liver, by all means. This is sort of the name of that channel. Okay, so getting in there, I always tend to hold tension there, so I like to spend some time here. And then I'm gradually making our way back more to the center position. Okay, so coming back into a more traditional elephant here. All right, from there, let's go ahead and inhale, and we'll come all the way up to standing. And as we exhale, we'll come into this position, which is called an open horse. Okay, so we come into our open horse position. And again, we can work that liver channel by dropping our hands down. And again, you'll notice I'm always going to move a little bit. So Yang Yoga is not about poses. It's really, if we're in one pose, we're moving. And very often it's about linking poses together. Okay, so there'll be several different poses that we put together. And we might repeat one, or we might flow from one to the other. So again, working that liver channel. And then I'll come down into what's called a elephant dog. So this is a combination of the down dog and the elephant pose. So my arms are out in front of me, and I draw my chest back like I would in a down dog, but my feet are nice and wide. And I'm sort of hanging down here, okay? And I'm just taking a few breaths in this elephant dog position. This first sequence is called walking the dog, by the way. All right, from there I'm going to step back into a more traditional down dog. And again, you don't have to be still. So we can bend those arms, shrug those shoulders, bend those knees. All right. And then from here, we come into what's called a bear. And to do the bear, it's pretty simple. You flip over like this, okay, onto one hand. So hopefully you can see me. It's a type of asymmetrical back bend, and it also helps to strengthen this joint in the shoulder. So I exhale back to center. I'm going to come over to the other side. This is my claws, my bear claw in the air. And then I come back. That's one. So let's do two more of those. I'm going to flip over one way. Okay. And then coming back to center, I flip over the other way. Take your time if you don't feel very stable. Okay, you want that shoulder to feel nice and stable. And let's do it one more time. So flipping over one way, exhale back to center, and other side. Good, so that's called a bear, or bears. And then we'll do something called the mongoose, which is similar. It strengthens the shoulders, and this has a little more balance involved. So we're going to take one leg and we're going to kick it out and do the same idea. So I'm flipping over, but now I have one leg in the air. Okay? So I come back and I take it over to the other side. Same thing. Okay, so that's one. Let's do another. Both sides. And then one more time. Good. Now, let's come into the elephant. So I draw myself back, and we were just working our wrists. So now I turn the wrists upside down, palms upside down. I just gently press them into the ground, just releasing the back of those wrists. So over time, the wrists get stronger, but if you're new to this, they might be very sensitive. So we're just going to give them a little bit of love here, a little TLC. Okay, let's go through that again. So palms up, inhale, gather up the chi, or subtle energies, both within us and around us. And then we exhale and we come into the open horse. Now again, this is a strength and stretch posture. So the wider I go with my legs and the further down I sink, the harder I'm working and stretching those legs. And again, I can come down here, and that takes some of the effort out of the strengthening part, but it increases the stretch. So you can decide what you're looking for, and that can change from day to day. Okay, elephant dog. So we exhale, coming down into this wide leg down dog, drawing ourselves back here. And again, I do not need to be still. I can always move a bit and explore what's possible in this position. Then let's go ahead and step back into our down dog. And again, stillness not required in a yang yoga class. I think in many kinds of yoga, stillness is very important and is desirable, but this is just not one of those instances. Okay, let's try the bear again. So flipping over one side, then coming back and flipping to the other side. Okay, then again, we're going to do 3 times both sides. So that's 2. Let's do one more. One side and the other side. Good. Coming back to down dog. Take a breath. Now let's do the mongoose. Very similar, except I kick one leg out to the opposite side. Back to center. Other side. That's 1. 2. And 3. Good. Elephant. Now the breathing really is optional, how you choose to breathe. Sometimes I cue it, sometimes I don't. All right, the way that I was taught, it's not like vinyasa where there's a definite way that you have to breathe. So I might cue the breath, but that's more of a suggestion than anything. Okay? So you're welcome to follow my suggestion or to choose to do something else. We just want to remember to breathe no matter what we're doing. Okay, let's go through the whole sequence one more time. So palms up, inhale, gather up the chi or subtle energy. Exhale, open horse. Good, sinking down. Let's take a nice deep breath here, and we exhale into the elephant dog, drawing the chest back. Maybe we take our legs a little wider this time, right? So exploring that edge. Good, let's step back to our downward dog. Opening up that chest, shoulders, the back of the legs. And then let's do bear pose. So flipping over one way, back to center, and then the other. 2 more times. Try and, again, do this with control, very gracefully, paying attention to the movements that are between the movements. Now let's go right into the mongoose. Kicking one leg out, and then the other side. Now you can actually do these quite vigorously if you choose to. I'm trying to go relatively slow so that everyone can follow along, but you can be quite aggressive with these if you choose to. Okay, coming back into our elephant pose. Again, back of the wrists onto the mat, releasing the wrists, stretching them out, breathing here. All right, very good. From there, we turn our palms up. Let's inhale, gather up the chi, and then with the palms down, we will descend the chi down to the lower dantian. Okay, so the lower abdomen. Good, let's step together and let's just take a breath, relax. Just feel the rebound of that first standing sequence. Okay, let's move into our second standing sequence now. So this is called walking the elephants. So we'll have our legs nice and wide here, and we'll again start with an open horse. So we inhale, gather up the chi, and exhale into the open horse position. Now again, anytime we're repeating something, it's an opportunity or an invitation to maybe explore a little deeper. So maybe I go a little wider, maybe I sink my hips down a little further. Okay, from here, inhale and come on up, okay, into this position here. And then I'm going to pivot my toes so that they're facing forward. So those are my left toes. So I'm not sure what you're seeing on your side. My screen is flipped, so it might be that way. So it doesn't really matter as long as we do both sides. And we'll come into a gentle triangle. So it's not going to be, again, we're not going to hold it. It's not going to be all, we're not going to worry about alignment. We just come forward until we feel a little bit of a gentle stretch in our leg and our waist. And then we inhale, we come right back up. And then I pivot my toes around and I come over to the other side. Okay, again, I feel a little stretch and then I come back up. Now pivoting around, I come all the way around to this position. Now you may want to block for that. That's going to be up to you. You can also bend this knee if necessary. Inhaling, coming all the way back up. And we come all the way around, other side. Good. Now inhaling back up. We land right in the middle. Okay, twisting elephant. And then inhale up and exhale to the other side. Good. Then relax that arm. Turn the palms up. Then inhale, gather up the chi. Good. Exhale, open horse. Again, let's explore that edge. So we're really sinking into it. Good. Then we inhale, we'll come on up. Pivot the toes. So left toes forward for me. And exhale into a just gentle triangle. Feel the stretch. Inhale back up. Pivot the toes around, other side. Just a gentle triangle stretch here. Good. Inhale back up.
Now we want to do a rotated triangle. Here's so we're coming all the way around. Good. Inhale. Pivoting those toes, coming all the way around to the other side. Stretch. Good. Inhale back up. Now exhale right in the middle. Good. Inhaling back up. And exhale other side. Good. Relax that arm with the next exhale. Palms up, inhale, gather up the chi. Let's go through that sequence one more time. And exhale, open horse. Good. Inhale coming up. Exhale as I warm up. Maybe I go a little further, right, with repetition. Inhale. The body tends to adapt. Even in a short amount of time, it tries to adapt to what we're doing. And then over longer periods of time, it can adapt even more. So this is why sometimes when we do exercise, we find our flexibility improves, our balance improves, our strength improves. Good. Inhaling back up. And again, the breath is more or less a suggestion in this class. Exhaling down. Good. Inhale back up. Exhale other side. And then relaxing that arm. Their next inhale. We're going to gather up the chi. And then this time let's descend the chi. So we turn our palms down and we just allow the chi to descend down all the way through the crown of the head, along the spine, into the lower Dan Tien, the lower cauldron or abdomen. All right, so we relax and we just feel that rebound there. All right, now we come to our last of, well, it's the next to last of our standing sequences, and this is called walking the dragon, and this is more about the legs. That was the spine, the elephant's mostly about moving the spine around, and the first one is more about the arms. Okay, so let's explore this, the walking the dragon here. So we begin in a very similar way, palms up, inhale, gather up the chi, and as we exhale, we come into, again, our open horse position. So we're really just, again, exploring the depth in this posture. Okay, and then from here, we're going to take a nice deep breath in, and as I exhale, I push out into the warrior advanced position. Okay, so my leg and arm are opposite, so my left leg is forward, my right arm is in front. Okay, my right leg is behind me, my left arm is behind me. Okay, so that's the sort of pushing advanced position. Then I inhale back to center and I gather the chi or subtle energy at my heart. And then as I exhale, I push off in the other direction like so. Okay, and let's do that again. So we just inhale through the center position and exhale as we push off. Good. Again, inhale, center, and exhale, push. Good. One more time. Deep breath in and deep breath out. And a last one. Inhale, center, and exhale, push out. Good. Now from here, you come into what's called reaching dragon. So you're reaching forward, putting more weight on the front leg. You can even lift the back leg up if you want to try your balance a little more. Okay, from there I exhale down and inhale. I'm sweeping my right arm up into twisting dragon. So I'm sinking my hips down. I'm opening the chest up to the ceiling so that shoulder's coming back. Okay, then I exhale that hand down and I inhale my right leg up and back for dragon tail. So this is like a three-legged dog, but you know what? I'm going to move. Again, it's not about holding a position. It's not about alignment. There's nothing wrong with alignment in certain contexts,
but we don't always have to use it. Okay, so again, just be mindful of moving your body. Don't be too aggressive. Okay, if you're new to this, just take your time, take it easy. But over time, we want to get into variety of movements. Okay, so notice all the different ways. Really try to move that leg as much as I can, many different ways as I can. All right, I bring that leg through, and then I come into this position, right, which is our elephant position. And then we'll come into the other side. So palms up, inhale, gathering up the chi or subtle energy. Good. Again, exhale, open horse. We come into our open horse position. Now, inhale, take a nice deep breath in, and exhale, push off into the warrior advance. Now again, as I sink lower and go wider, I'm working harder. Inhale back to center, deep breath in, and exhale, push. Okay, so I can work as hard as I want. Inhale back to center, and exhale, push. Good, a few more times through that. And push. Good. And then this time we're going to reach, and then we're reaching out. Okay, so reaching dragon. Again, I can lift that back leg up. The front knee should be bent, so I'm really working that leg. Exhale that hand down. Inhale, twisting dragon, hips down, heart open, right? Looking up. Good. Exhale that hand to the ground. Inhale, dragon tail pose. Leg goes up and back. We can bend the knee. We can open up that hip. Swing our dragon tail around. Right? Feel that stretch that's possible there. Right? So when I bring my leg in this position, my waist, through my ribs, through my arm, nice stretch there. I'm also working the muscles as I do that. Good. Let's bring that foot forward, and we come forward into our elephant. All right, beautiful. So let's go through that sequence. Again, palms up, inhale, gather up the chi. And exhale to open horse. Good. Take a nice deep breath in, and exhale, warrior. Good. Inhale and push. So flowing now, more fluidly through it. Good. Now this time reaching out, putting weight on the front leg. Exhale, drop that hand. Inhale, twisting dragon. Exhale, release the hand. Inhale, dragon tail. Swing your dragon tail. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, place the foot between the hands, coming back to center. Palms up. Inhale, gather up the chi. So we're building a little momentum now, building some heat. Exhale, open horse. Good. Take a nice deep breath. And exhale, push, warrior. Good. And push. And this time reaching out, weight on the front leg bent, right? No strain in the knee. Exhale, drop the hand. Inhale, twisting dragon. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Swing your dragon tail. Open up the hip, the waist. Use those muscles in the leg. Deep breath. Exhale. Place the foot between the hands, coming back to center. Let's go through it one more time. Palms up. Inhale. Gather up the chi. Feel your strength. Feel that heat and energy building. Exhale. Open horse. Good. From here, take a nice deep breath in. And exhale.
push. Maybe we go even deeper. Exhale. Good. 2. And 3. Good. Now take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, reaching out. Putting weight on that front leg. Take a nice deep breath and exhale. Twisting dragon. Inhale, raise that arm up. Good. Exhale that hand down. Inhale the leg up and back. Swing it around. See how wide you can go. Take a nice deep breath. Exhale, place the foot between the hands, coming back to center. Palms up. Inhale, gather up the chi. Exhale, open horse. Good. Take a nice deep breath in. And exhale to warrior. Inhale. And exhale. Good. A few more times. Last one, reaching out, putting weight on that front leg, lifting that back leg. Deep breath in, exhale, release that hand to the ground. Inhale the arm up and back, hips down, heart open. Good, exhale that hand to the ground. Again, inhale as we lift left leg up and back. Let's swing that dragon tail around. Beautiful. Let's take that foot between the hands. Come back to the center position. Okay. Now with our palms turned up, we inhale and gather up the chi. And exhale, descend the chi all the way down to lower dantian. Good. Just relax and feel the rebound. So hopefully you can feel the heat. I'm actually dripping sweat right now. The heart, you can feel the heart beating, the blood pumping. Blood is a type of chi. So when we feel our pulse, when we feel our blood moving, that is a type of chi energy. Okay, it's not, chi isn't exclusively non-physical. Some forms of chi are physical. Okay, let's finish a little bit of 4-part Taoist breathing. I usually step a little bit closer for this, but you don't have to. If you prefer being wide, that's perfectly fine. So we start with our palms turned up. We're going to inhale and gather up the chi. And as we exhale, we come into that expanded, open position. Then reaching down, we touch the earth, and with the back of the hands touching the earth, we inhale, we pull the earth chi, pulling it up. And then with the palms turned down, we descend, mixture of heaven and earth, to the lower dantian, where we store that energy. Okay, again, palms turned up, inhale, gathering up chi from heaven. So upward is a yang quality, heaven is a yang quality, the yang chi. Expansion is a yang quality, so I'm expanding, opening. Downward is a yin quality, so I touch the earth is yin in nature, pulling that energy from the earth. And then with the palms turned down, I descend the combination. That's what the Taoists tell us our purpose as human beings is to bring heaven to earth. Isn't that a nice idea? That when we are doing our jobs as human beings, we're bringing heaven to earth. And like Jesus said, heaven is spread upon the earth, but men do not see it, or people do not see it. So how do you bring heaven to earth? You see it. How do you see this place as heaven and not hell, right? A lot of us feel like this place is not any good, right? So many problems. So how do we get those eyes like Jesus had? How do we see heaven on earth? Well, through these and other spiritual practices, we clear our vision. You might say we have cloudy vision, what in yoga is called avidya. We really don't see things the way they are. So we clear our vision, and then we begin to see heaven on earth. Good. Let's go through just one more round here. Reaching down, touching the earth. Inhale, pulling up. And then we'll turn those palms down, and we'll just ascend that chi all the way down to the lower dantian. Good. Let's relax those arms. Feel that rebound. Beautiful. And then let's make our way down onto our mat. Let's finish with a little tiny taste of yin yoga. Okay, so we'll come down onto our mat. And let's bring our legs in. A little squeeze. We're cooling down now. So just moving around a little bit. Call this the leg cradle. And then we'll do a very common yin posture, which is called twisted roots. So I'm just going to take my right leg, cross it over my left leg, extend my arms out to the sides, and then I'm just dropping both knees down to the left. Okay, I'll look to the right. I'm just going to be here for a few breaths. Try and let go of any efforting at this point. Just letting gravity and time work on your body. Good. Let's inhale those knees back to center. We'll reverse the cross of the legs. Okay, this is called twisted roots. And we bring those knees down to the other side. Good. Let's go ahead and inhale our knees back to center. Let's unwind those legs. Grab the soles of the feet. Give ourselves a little squeeze here. Take those legs out, stretch them out. Pull them apart, pull them overhead. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and come onto our back. And we'll relax for a few minutes in Shavasana. All right. and I will ring the gong when it's time to come back. So hopefully it's quiet where you are. Hopefully you can lay down for a few moments. If you have an eye pillow, you might put that over your eyes. Make yourself very comfortable. And we'll do just a little taste of Yoga Nidra today. Okay? So just a little body scan. So make yourself nice and comfortable, relax. Get still. If you can shut off the lights, if you have any music playing, shut that off. Very still, quiet. And let's just bring awareness down to our toes. Now the ankles. The knees. The pelvis. Your abdomen. The chest. The fingers. Wrists. Elbows. Shoulders. The throat. The chin. Your face. The whole head. The back of your head. The two shoulder blades. Your back. The buttocks. The back of the thighs. The calves. Heels. And now the soles of both feet. Now return awareness to your breathing. And just gradually begin to deepen your breathing. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. The ankles, the wrists, the arms and the legs. Slowly stretching and waking yourself up. Okay, and then when you're ready, let's finish with a little bit of mantra or chanting. So this is very much how I would do class if we were in person together. So the words for this mantra are Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. And it basically translates as may all beings, wherever they are, be happy and free. Here Namaste. So thank you all for sharing your practice this evening. I hope you got something from that. If there are any questions, please let me know. You can send me questions here on Facebook. You can also get on my Patreon page. The link is there. There's a lot of free practices up there if you enjoyed this. A lot of different things. Yin yoga, yang yoga, vinyasa. I'll be back tomorrow around 8, same time. And I'm going to teach you stage 3, or what I'm calling stage 3 of Nadi Shodhana, which is an alternate nostril breath. Really good for stress and balancing the hemispheres of the brain. So if you feel a little, too much on the creative side, too much on the analytical side, this is a great practice to do. If you want to check that out, I already have several tutorials that you'll want to do first. So again, they're up on the Patreon page. They're all free. Everything I'm doing right now during the pandemic is free or donation based. I could use the help for sure, but if you're in dire straits, don't worry about it. I'd much rather you be practicing and helping deal with your stress and everything so that you're staying healthy and happy. All right, so again, I'll be back pretty much every day this week until Friday. I'm going to do something live. Tomorrow will be at 8, and then Wednesday at noon, and Thursday at noon. I'm going to do a little mini yin yoga session and a yoga nidra. So please check those out. My schedule is up on the Patreon page. Thanks again, everybody. I hope to see you next time. Namaste.